For the first time since 1964, the Wisconsin Badgers and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish met on a football field. Soldier Field in Chicago was the site. We'll recap some of the highlights from Saturday's game, hear from some of the players. Special week ahead, as well as the Badgers this week for the Michigan game will honor Barry Alvarez. That'll be among our topics with head coach Paul Chryst. All of that and more coming up on this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
Wide to the left on second down. Cone back to throw. One pump under pressure. Driven to the turf near the 15-yard line. Getting to the quarterback was Matt Henningsen. Wide to the left. George Takis, the tight end. Motions right to left. Snap to Cone. Badgers rush forward. Cone under pressure. And he is sent to the turf again. Oh, you had Henningsen with help as the Badger defensive lineman getting reacquainted with Jack Cone early on. The 27-yard line, second down. Mertz, little roll to the right, now sets up. Throws it deep down the middle. It's got Cundiff inside the 35 and down near the 30 of Notre Dame. What a throw from Mertz. Jack Kaiser on the stop. They'll place at the 30 of the Irish. First down, Wisconsin. Irish 4 out of 8 so far on third down. Snap to Cone, four-man rush. Cone looking under pressure, sacked again. Just inside the 35-yard line, C.J. Getz getting to the quarterback. Corey Davis to the left, he's with Fayon Hicks. Snap to Pine, looking pressured. Ball's knocked loose by Rodis Johnson. It's loose, and the Badgers pounce inside the 40-yard line of Notre Dame. Rodis Johnson screaming off the edge, getting to Pine, and the Badgers able to recover.
There's one winner, one loser, and that's every game. And today we walked away a loser, and so there's a little bit of embarrassment, sure. But at the same time, I mean, I'm not embarrassed to be a part of this team. I'm not embarrassed to walk out of there with the W on my helmet. Hell no. You know, I love this team, I love this program, and you know, it's all about moving forward.
Play fake Mertz, back to throw, lines up. He's a deep right side. DK got it. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Met behind the line of scrimmage and thrown down by Leo Chanel. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Kendrick Pryor. Mertz floats it deep left side. Dropped it in the bucket. There is a big, big win for the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Loftus, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Hard work, sweat, knowledge in your own two hands. These are the tools that build Wisconsin. Leave your mark on the real world with zero debt and higher pay. All from day one. It's time to do work that works for you. Learn more at buildingwisconsintogether.com.
On this game day, Good Foods Guacamole would like to salute all you players, no matter what you seem to be playing. You, sir, are a winner. You, ma'am, triumphant, and thumbs up to whatever it is you're doing. So let's hoist a guac-laden chip to all you players out there. Good Foods Guac, made from the freshest avocado and the cleanest ingredients. So here's to all the players and whatever game it is they're trying to play. Game day is Guac Day. Good Foods Guac.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
First and 10 for Graham Mertz in the offense. Play fake and a deep drop shovel pass caught by Belusi. Has room. 45 to the 50 to the 45 along the numbers 40. 35-30. Belusi inside the 25 and brought down by Kyle Hamilton at the 21-yard line of the Irish. Little shovel pass action. Badgers in business. First and 10. Mertz under his center. Takes the snap, drops the throw, shoots it over the middle. Caught by Pryor inside the 15. Down to the 11-yard line in Notre Dame. Three receivers to the right. Mertz out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Throws over the middle. Caught by Pryor. Inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Graham Mertz to Kendrick Pryor.
I told this team, don't you dare start pointing fingers. This is a team loss. What we go through and what we go through, the adversity that we go through, we handle it as a team.
You win as a team, you lose as a team. In every situation, right? I mean, we have to force more turnovers. Obviously, we have to cover guys, right? I mean, we stopped the run okay, but there were a couple hits in there, not too long. We bent a little bit, but it's essentially just stopping the passing game and doing what we can to force more turnovers. I mean, there's so many places to improve as a defense.
It's a mindset. If you look at it in a negative manner, it's going to affect you in a negative manner.
We have to learn to swing back. You know, we had tons of juice on the sideline. We brought the team together, and again, talk is cheap, but I liked our mentality going into the fourth quarter, and then we got punched right in the mouth. And sometimes that's football. Sometimes it doesn't work out like you expect, and sometimes the juice just gets pulled right out of your sideline. But we got to swing back, and we got to keep swinging. And I don't like the way that we finished when it came to swing. As a team, we stopped swinging.
I always have confidence in these guys. I love all these guys. Right? I've been through everything with them, right? I mean, I care so much about them, and I know they're giving their all, and there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to give it all in every single play, and hopefully we can just finish better next week.
Just like every other loss, tough. Now, but it's the reality of it, and now we're 1-2, and all the focus is getting a 2-2 against Michigan next week.
We just want to attack it harder and just come closer to the team, whether it's having a team player meeting or just whatever we need to do. We're going to figure it out. We have to.
We just got to keep working. We still got a long season ahead of us. We can't just sit here and let this game affect the rest of our season. Now we got conference play coming up. We got some tough teams in the Big Ten this year that we got to focus on.
Got to move on, or else, in a season like this, of going into Big Ten play, it'll catch up to you quick. And we can't have that. We got 9 straight more games and a Big Ten play. And we don't want to feel this for 9 straight weeks.
Again, I will never go to pointing fingers. We have to handle this as a team. And if it takes for us to get our asses whooped like this, for us to be the team that we want to be this year, then let's ride. Let's go.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.
Mertz takes the snap, drops the throw, looking, fires to the left, and Danny Davis, tight rope in the sideline, makes the catch. Kyron Williams, the running back. Cone takes the shotgun snap. Badgers sending forward, and they get to Cone again, inside the 10-yard line. The
Notre Dame game now in the books. The Badgers, for at least 2 weeks, will be jumping back into Big Ten play with Michigan coming up and then a road trip down to Illinois. Well, another week with a lot of buildup, obviously getting back into conference play, playing Michigan, and it's also a day where the university will honor Barry Alvarez, the retired coach / athletics director, and a lot of former players will be back. Paul, you've had a chance to work with a lot of different coaches. I would guess you've taken something out of most of them. What are a couple of things that maybe you've learned from Barry that have helped you being a head coach now?
Yeah, I mean, you certainly do take away from a lot. And for me, it was, I remember one of the draws when I first had a chance to come back. At the time, I hadn't really been in college football very much. And so what an opportunity to learn from someone that, not only knew college football so well, but did it so very well, successful. And that was the initial draw. And then, the more I got to be around him and you saw kind of the things that I think made him great to work for and, different qualities that I admire. And I think, boy, loved the big game, and how he would get the team ready for it. That always stood out to me, and kind of the trust that he had in coaches to let them coach and to do their job. That was something that I think you knew it, but it's reinforced. And I just feel real fortunate that a number of different kind of positions that I had that I was able to be impacted and be able to learn from Barry.
It's interesting you say that because he did let coaches coach. I remember talking with you when you were a coordinator in 2005. There was very little communication, right? He kind of let you do your thing. He might tell you if it's 4 down territory, whatever, yep. But he let you run things with the offense, right? Pretty much.
He really did, and it was that I wasn't sure, when you first came, and even in 2002 I was here as the tight ends coach and kind of just wanted to focus on doing a good job at what my assignment was, and then coming back, you kind of realized pretty quickly that he trusted you to do it, and obviously, we had conversations before and kind of, discussions about how we were going to play the game, what we thought we needed, but he absolutely did just let you kind of go and do your thing, and I appreciated that, and I think it also indirectly, kind of put good pressure on yourself, like, okay, if he trusts you, then let's make sure we're doing it right.
I know in his role as an athletics director, coaches all across the campus would talk about what a luxury in a sense that was, because you could talk coach to coach. In your case, football coach to football coach. Having that kind of support, that sounding board, I imagine, was priceless, wasn't it?
It really was, and not something that I ever took for granted, but you could talk about just kind of how you want to approach maybe a week or camp or spring football, or kind of some of those different where you think you've got an idea but you want to just bounce it off someone, and he also, I appreciate the fact that he would, you would have to ask him, but then he had a thought out opinion. It wasn't just going to answer it just to answer it, and I think that is something that's pretty unique. And I think also a lot of you maybe didn't have to go through so many layers of communication to explain what you're trying to do or what you may be asking for, or maybe that, hey, do I see it right? I don't think we need this. Do you see it differently? So I think it really helped that way as far as kind of my role now, where you're just kind of trying to focus on the things that mattered most.
Does he tell you that Jake's open every play? He tells everybody else that. Does he tell you
There's
that?
There's still a little grandparent in him, yeah, absolutely. And he is usually pretty open.
The thing about him, and it's the thing I've noticed about you too, is that it's really, coaching gives you a lot of things, right, in life, but it's still about players. And I know it's going to have great meaning, or has great meaning to Barry, to see a lot of his guys come back. And you've talked about that a lot. I mean, there are different coaches, different personalities, but I think I can say that both of you guys, you do this for the guys between the lines. It's still about the players, isn't it?
It is, and I think that's where the real energy comes in, and how meaningful for that, and so well deserving for Coach. But when you do have ex-players come back, and specifically on this, where they're coming back for one reason, that's to honor Coach Alvarez, and certainly very deserving. But I don't know if there's a greater compliment you could have. That it is why you do it. You know, they don't need coaches if there's no players. And I think that was one thing that kind of stood out to me all along. Early, I learned it, and it never wavered, was, you know, what are we in this for? And it's for the players. And so I think that's a awesome statement when players come back, and the number that will be back to celebrate and show appreciation for what Coach Alvarez did. That's pretty special.
I know you mentioned Barry loves the big games. Badgers have no shortage of them. Notre Dame game behind Wisconsin, and now Michigan looming ahead. Be a special day at Camp Randall as they honor Barry Alvarez. Stay with us. We have more to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America. And we'll navigate through this together.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Everything right now, we working on our footwork and we working on our tempo. We want to control our feet. Control our feet. Once we know exactly what the receiver's doing, now we want to use hands. But feet first, because that's what we've been struggling with. We starts to reach or we going too fast, all right? Feet, move, and go. Now, just be careful when you go to step, you don't raise up, because sometimes you'll still have good feet and slide with them, but you'll be so high that they get you on your heels when you make contact. Slow the game down. All right. Once I recognize what's going on, I recognize the receivers that I'm going up against. Slow it down. Slow your feet down. All right. Let's challenge the receivers today. Take everything that we do in the indie drills, make sure we applying it today. All right. Because the last practice, that individual when we was doing one-on-ones, they wasn't doing anything different. It was us putting ourselves in those situations. All right, so come on, let's have a good day. Let's lock down. Spring ball, fall camp, just doing different things, whether it's charity, things off the field. That right there is how the chemistry began, and I feel like you'll see a lot of that hard work and time that guys put with one another on the off season. You'll start to see it show on the field. Just like you can tell when guys are undisciplined or when guys are not on the same page, it's because of the things that they did not do off the field during the off season. So I think as a coach, it's important to recognize certain things, address it, and make sure that your leaders, like I was talking about, are on the same page with you so you can develop that chemistry.
You're hitting on the answer to the next question, but one of the things I've heard some of these guys talk about that it sounds like you've been stressing is you've got to have that dog mentality.
Exactly.
Define that for someone who may not know a whole lot about athletics and football, what that means.
Okay. So a lot of guys, they'll say they're a dog, but I tell them a dog is not just an action. It's a mindset. And the one thing that I always stress on, my approach to the game does not change based on the circumstances. So I don't care if I got beat. I don't care if I'm up by 20. I don't care if it's cold, it's early in the morning. My mindset doesn't change. And that mindset is to be relentless, hardworking. I'm competing all the way until the end, no matter what. So I'm always stressing that to my guys is I don't care if you had some adversity, you're uncomfortable, we're not going to change. We're not backing down from anybody, and we're going to push through all the way to the end. So I'm continuously stressing the mental part of the game, because all the drills, all the fundamentals, all that goes out the door if you don't have the right mindset or the right approach to the game.
You mentioned Faion Hicks and Caesar Williams. It would appear as though you've got some pretty good depth too, right? Did you feel like in spring ball that was something you were able to build on a little bit?
Absolutely. We have a lot of guys who've played a lot of meaningful reps, played in some big games, even with Samar Melvin. He played in the Big Ten Championship as a freshman. So you have guys that, again, played a lot of reps or meaningful reps, and just trying to build off of that, I think is important because, like you said, it's going to create competition and it's going to add more depth. It allows you to do more things, whether it's creating certain packages, putting guys in other positions, whether it's nickel, so that we're able to do more things and play fast and utilize the talent that we have.
Hank mentioned a couple minutes ago you played at the highest level, number of years in the NFL. You know what a Super Bowl champion team looks like, being a part of it. How much of that, are there specific examples of your time in the league and being with the Patriots in a Super Bowl championship team? Can you take examples of that and show these guys, okay, here, the talent is great, but here's what these guys did, and this was the process that led to them realizing their highest goals?
Absolutely. A lot of my coaching style or philosophy is all based off of experience, my experiences as a player. I had really good coaches, learned a lot under Bill Belichick and Eric Mangini, just that coaching tree. And, they stressed a lot about, just the leadership. We had really good veteran leadership. We had guys that understood the core characteristics within the program. We had guys that understood the importance of knowing your role on the team. Everybody's role is important, and I'm always stressing that, whether it's special teams, scout team, whatever it is, do your job.
Mm-hmm.
Do your job to the best of your ability, but always prepare as if you're going to be a starter, because you never know when your opportunity will come.
Final topic for you, Coach. Was this a profession you always wanted to pursue, or how did coaching evolve for you personally?
So I was thinking about that earlier, and I don't believe that my life purpose was to go get drafted and just go to the NFL. I feel like that helped prepare me for what I'm doing right now. I feel like I'm living my life purpose, and my life purpose is to mentor and develop young men on and off the field. Never thought that I would be a coach, but I've always been a teacher, and teaching and mentoring is what I love to do, and this is the platform that I have. I've got a chance to play at the highest level. Now it's time to give back and be able to help these young men understand the importance of hard work, having that mentality, but also just knowing who they are. What's your true identity? And I feel like, I'm living my best life, and I'm enjoying being here in Wisconsin and being able to help these young men get better on and off the field.
I know they're enjoying having you, players, coaches alike. So thanks very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's Badgers cornerbacks coach Hank Poteat. Stay with us. We have more to come as the Badgers Sports Report continues.
Hard work, sweat, knowledge in your own two hands. These are the tools that build Wisconsin. Leave your mark on the real world with zero debt and higher pay. All from day one. It's time to do work that works for you. Learn more at buildingwisconsintogether.com.
On this game day, Good Foods Guacamole would like to salute all you players, no matter what you seem to be playing. You, sir, are a winner. You, ma'am, triumphant, and thumbs up to whatever it is you're doing. So let's hoist a guac-laden chip to all you players out there. Good Foods Guac, made from the freshest avocado and the cleanest ingredients. So here's to all the players and whatever game it is they're trying to play. Game day is Guac Day. Good Foods Guac.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is presented by UW Health.
the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com.
We thank Badgers' new cornerbacks coach, Hank Poteat, for joining us this week. Big one coming up. Badgers getting back into Big Ten play, hosting the Michigan Wolverines Saturday at Camp Randall Stadium. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
This has been a presentation from Learfield.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEABenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.